Jeremiah 11, the broken covenant. The word came to Jeremiah from Jehovah, saying, Hear ye the words of this covenant, the 10 commandments, and speak unto the men of the land of Israel, the nation of Israel, and unto the habitations of America, Jerusalem, where Israel resides today, the 10 lost tribes, and say thou unto them, Thus saith Jehovah, God of Israel, Cursed be the man that obeyeth not the words of this covenant. Cursed be the man that does not keep the 10 commandments, including the seventh day Sabbath that starts at dawn Saturday until dawn Sunday, or that brings pagan idolatry into the churches like Christmas and Easter. And what about all the works of man's hands inside your church, like your wooden crosses or your statues of Jesus, or I guess even the Catholic Church? They got statues of everybody and anybody. They're not picky. As long as they think somebody's gonna fucking bow down to it, they're not picky. They'll put anybody on a fucking statue. On your little white hippie TV Christmas Jesus picture, that's a picture of one of the Pope's children. So y'all are worshiping a man, which I commanded your fathers in the day that I brought them forth out of the land of Egypt. That's the covenant. He made the covenant at Horeb from the iron furnace, saying, Obey my voice. Why is it that the people of God never want to obey his voice? They always seek to go after the desires of their heart, and their heart is wicked and evil. But they say, nope, don't tell us the right way. We already know, our hearts know the right way. No, your heart doesn't. But if you're being led in the right direction, that would be the spirit of grace, which Jehovah has given to all men. It's your conscience. It's God's divine influence on your heart. Saying, Obey my voice, and do them according to all which I commanded you. So shall ye be my people, and I will be your God. So if you want the God of Israel, Jehovah is his name, or Jehovah in English, to be your God, if you want Jehovah, the God of the Bible, God of Israel, to be your God, you have to keep the 10 commandments. There's no option about it. Anybody that says that they know God and is not keeping his 10 commandments are a liar, and there is not truth in them. First John 2:3, and hereby we do know that we know him, if we keep his commandments. He that saith, I know him, Christian church, and keepeth not his 10 commandments is a liar, and the truth is not in him. But whosoever keepeth his word, in him verily is the love of God perfected. Hereby we know that we are in him, if we keep his 10 commandments. Because that's not it. In Malachi 3, behold, I will send my messenger, and he shall prepare the way before me, and the Lord whom you seek shall suddenly come to his temple, even the messenger of his covenant. Who is the messenger of the covenant? It's Yeshua. Deuteronomy 18, 15 through 19. But I'm not reading to 19. Deuteronomy 18:15. Jehovah thy God will raise up unto thee a prophet, capital P prophet, lots of importance there, from the midst of thee, of thy brethren, like unto a man, unto him you shall hearken, according to all that thou desired of the Lord Jehovah thy God in Horeb. Very important, Horeb. In the day of the assembly, saying, Let me not hear again the voice of Jehovah my God, neither let me see this great fire any more, that I die not. back to Jeremiah. We're going to start in verse 2 again. Hear ye the words of this covenant, the 10 commandments that Yeshua Messiah, the Deuteronomy 18:15 through 19, prophet, was going to come and teach and speak unto the men of Judah and to the inhabitations of Jerusalem. And say thou unto them, Thus saith Jehovah God of Israel, Cursed be the man that obeyeth not the words of this covenant, which I commanded your fathers in the day that I brought them forth out of the land of Egypt from the iron furnace, saying, Obey my voice, obey the 10 commandments, because it was a verbal agreement that was made. Exodus 19, verse 5. Now therefore, if you will obey my voice indeed and keep my covenant, then ye shall be a peculiar treasure unto me above all people. If you keep the covenant, he will be your God. But if you don't keep the 10 commandments, if you're doing pagan idolatry, Christmas and Easter, or a pagan day of worship like Sunday, the day that you're supposed to worship the sun, S-U-N, not the S-O-N. For all the earth is mine, and ye shall be unto me a kingdom of priests and a holy nation. These are the words which thou shalt speak unto the children of Israel. And Moses came and called for the elders of the people, and laid before their faces all these words which Jehovah had commanded him. And all the people answered together and said, All that Jehovah hath spoken, we will do. There's your agreement. And Moses returned the words of the people unto Jehovah God. Okay. All right, Deuteronomy 4, verse 12. And Jehovah spake unto you out of the midst of the fire. You heard the voice of his words, but saw no similitude. Only ye heard a voice. And he declared unto you his covenant, which he had commanded you to perform, 10 commandments, and he wrote them upon 2 tables of stone. So there's your covenant. So Jeremiah 11:4, which I commanded your fathers in the day that I brought them forth out of the land of Egypt from the iron furnace, saying, Obey my voice. Christian church, why is nobody obeying the 10 commandments? You claim that you know God, and you look down upon others that are outside the church. Why do you do that? You're supposed to love your neighbor as yourself. You're supposed to be out there preaching and teaching the 10 commandments to those people, but you judge them. You tell them to stand by themselves, stand afar off, while your fucking stomach's full of pork. Don't you know you're going to be destroyed at the coming of the Lord? Swine eaters. Did you know that? Isaiah 65, verse 2. I have spread out my hands all the day unto a rebellious people, Christian church. Y'all are rebellious. Refuse to take correction. You double down in your ignorance, which walketh in a way that will. I have spread out my hands all the day unto a rebellious people, which walketh in a way that was not good, after their own thoughts. A people that provoke me to anger continually. You're provoking Jehovah to anger continually to his face, that sacrificeth in gardens and burneth incense upon altars of brick to Baal, which remain among the graves and lodge in the monuments, which eat swine's flesh and broth. A broth of abominable things are in their vessels, which say, Stand by thyself, come not near to me, for I am holier than thou. These are smoke in God's nose, a fire that burneth all the day. Behold, it is written before me, I will not keep silent, but I will recompense, even recompense into their bosoms, your iniquities and the iniquities of your fathers, together, saith Jehovah, which have burned incense upon the mountains and blasphemed me upon the hills. The hills and mountains are churches, high places, because back then they used to build, just look at historical temples. They always built them on fucking hills and shit because they want to feel like they're higher than mightier than other people, I guess. Or maybe it's just for everybody to see it and it leads everybody astray. Therefore, I will measure their former work into their bosom. And that's fucking terrifying, especially since the first part of this video is telling you that you have to keep the 10 commandments, and that's the covenant for him to be your God. And you will not listen. Yeah, that's all. Well, you got to eat clean too. Don't eat swine. Don't eat shellfish. The food laws are in Leviticus 11 and Deuteronomy 14. Let's read the beginning of Deuteronomy 14 real quick so you can see that's how you become a peculiar people as well. Deuteronomy 14, clean and unclean food. You are the children of Jehovah your God. You shall not cut yourselves, nor make any baldness between your eyes for the dead. For thou art a holy people unto Jehovah thy God. And Jehovah hath chosen thee to be a peculiar people unto himself, above all nations that are upon the earth. Thou shalt not eat any abominable thing. Broth of abominable things. Clam chowder. Blech. And you must fulfill the royal law. If you're keeping these two covenants, the Rainbow Covenant and the 10 Commandments, then you got to go out and teach others to do the same. But if you're eating nasty shit, you got demons. And if you're not keeping the 10 Commandments, you have demons. And you cannot go out and teach nothing. Better sit your ass at home and read the Bible till you figure it out. Pray out to Jehovah. He's not going to give you understanding without you asking. It's a heart condition. He's looking for a certain heart condition in these people. Love y'all. Hopefully, some of you will hear and turn from your wickedness and repent, because the wrath of Jehovah is coming very soon. Very soon. It's terrifying to think about.